Welcome to a new deep dive. Today, we're plunging into something really fascinating happening right at the heart of the AI revolution, especially if you're building products. For so long, the promise was pretty straightforward. AI would automate all that expensive human thinking. But what happens when the very companies selling that AI? Well, what happens when they start offering extensive human consulting services themselves?
It's a really striking pivot, isn't it? And it raises some fundamental questions. Our mission today is basically to unpack what this strategic move, by major AI players like OpenAI, what it signals, not just about the technology itself, but maybe more importantly about the true defensible value being created in the AI product space.
Yeah, exactly. So if you've been watching the AI landscape, maybe from a product perspective, you might have felt this subtle tremor recently. Today, we're trying to cut through some of the hype and ask, if the biggest AI players, the ones making the models, if they're now selling human expertise to make their AI useful, well, what does that mean for every single product built on top of that AI? We're diving into the forces that are kind of redefining product value here, and some of the answers might just reshape your roadmap. Okay, let's unpack this. So thinking back for the past couple years, the narrative around AI felt crystal clear. It was positioned as like the ultimate consultant. It would write your copy, plan your strategies, automate complex decisions. The idea was it would basically replace the need for expensive human experts.
Right. Yet, recent reports, like the ones Geekflare highlighted, they show a pretty different reality emerging. OpenAI, for example, is now pitching these high-touch consulting services.
Yeah.
Things like deep research and operator. We're talking multi-million-dollar enterprise deals that clearly involve significant human expertise, human intervention. And this isn't just, a simple product extension. It feels like a profound contradiction to that initial promise.
That really is the crux of it, isn't it? The original pitch wasn't AI will help your consultants. It was
Yeah.
AI will be your consultant, full stop. So if the very creators of these powerful AI models now need to send in their own human experts to help clients actually use their product effectively, what does that tell us about the product's inherent readiness, its readiness for standalone enterprise use?
Well, it's important to clarify something here. Consulting isn't inherently a bad thing, right?
Sure.
Many complex enterprise systems, you think about CRMs or big cloud platforms, they always require significant onboarding, customization, expert guidance to really get value from them.
But that's exactly why AI felt so disruptive, right? It was marketed as this radical break from that traditional model. It was supposed to be so intelligent, so intuitive, that it would flatten the need for all those layers of human consulting. The vision was self-service AI, not, AI plus a human service layer.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So when an AI provider finds itself needing to roll out human consultants just to help extract value from its own product, well, that reveals something deeper. If working with AI requires a team of expensive human consultants, then the AI isn't quite delivering on its core promise yet. That promise of autonomous expertise. This doesn't feel like the revolution we were promised. It feels more like business as usual, just kind of dressed up in generative hype.
Okay, so here's where it gets really, really interesting for product managers and founders listening. Think about that entire ecosystem that just popped up around AI over the last couple of years. All of those startups, all those SaaS products, building what people called thin AI features.
Yeah, we're talking about those features like, rewrite this text, summarize that paragraph, translate this into French.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here. For many of them, these were glorified prompts, basically just text commands hidden behind a pretty user interface, a simple UI wrapper.
Right. And now that a company like OpenAI is offering that direct consulting and orchestration themselves, the ground has fundamentally shifted. The simple wrappers, they suddenly don't represent more defensible value anymore. Their whole monetization model, which often just revolved around charging for a convenient button that made an API call, well, that just got severely invalidated. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many pitch decks from the last 2 years started with, we just wrap a prompt, and now those founders might be staring at their screens, realizing the very ground beneath them just gave way. Their role in the ecosystem seems to be shrinking rapidly.
That's because the enduring value, it isn't just in the prompt itself. It's in things like context, orchestration, and crucial human-in-the-loop interpretation. And OpenAI is making it pretty clear they intend to own that value layer, too. To maybe elaborate a bit, context means really understanding why a user needs AI for a specific task, knowing the nuances of their domain, their business.
Okay.
Orchestration is about guiding the AI through complex, maybe multi-step processes or integrating it smoothly with existing enterprise systems. That's not trivial. And then human-in-the-loop interpretation. This is critical. It means having human experts review, refine, and make sense of AI outputs, especially for high-stakes decisions where you absolutely need reliability.
So this brings up a really critical question for product leaders, right? For anyone trying to build something lasting with AI, is AI truly an autonomous expert? Or is it just a powerful, maybe sometimes brittle productivity layer that's still highly dependent on human framing, human oversight?
Right.
Because how you answer that really changes how you define your product's core value proposition.
Exactly. The pervasive narrative was AI will automate expertise. That was the dream. But the emerging reality feels more like, okay, AI is powerful, but it's also often confusing, it can be brittle, it carries risks, so you're going to need experts to help you use it effectively. And if it's the latter, that's fine, that's an important clarification. But maybe we should stop calling it a disruption in that case. A platform that requires extensive human consultants just to make it useful.
Well, it isn't fully productized, is it? It feels like it's still very much a work in progress.
So for product leaders listening, for anyone building with AI, this feels like a critical inflection point. If your product's core value was really just that wrapped prompt, it seems like it's definitely time to rethink what you're building, why you're building it, and crucially, who it's really for in this new landscape. Absolutely. Because AI is not yet self-explanatory. Far from it. Its outcomes still frequently lack, reliability. They lack consistent governance. They lack the kind of inherent trust you need for scaled enterprise adoption. And that adoption, it seems to demand human mediation, human expertise. Trying to sell these shallow AI workflows as truly enterprise-ready products was maybe in hindsight a bit premature. That whole house of cards, the model of prompt in, value out, price accordingly, it seems to be rapidly collapsing.
Okay, so if that model's collapsing, it leads us to the big question for anyone building in this space. If those easy wins, the simple wrappers, are gone, what truly differentiates an AI product now? What adds sustainable, defensible value in this new landscape?
Well, it seems to mean a fundamental shift. Moving away from just wrapping an API call towards truly engineering a system where trust and explainability are absolutely paramount, where domain-specific context isn't just a nice-to-have, but it's core to the product's intelligence, where you have robust feedback loops that continuously optimize the outcomes, and where strong governance is built in from the start, allowing for scaled, safe adoption, everything else. As our source material kind of puts it, it feels like it's up for grabs.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the listener, as you try to navigate this constantly evolving space? OpenAI offering consulting services, it isn't just some clever business move.
No, I think it's more than that. It feels like a very public admission, an admission that for all its revolutionary power, AI is still too raw, too untamed to operate truly autonomously in the complex, high-stakes world of the enterprise. Clients still absolutely need help navigating its immense capabilities and mitigating its inherent risks. Full autonomy for AI. It seems like that's still very much an aspirational goal, not today's reality.
And that admission, well, it forces us all to critically re-examine everything that's been built on top of these models, especially those products that claim to deliver standalone value just by, wrapping a prompt.
Right. Because if the model makers themselves now need consultants to help create value, then maybe what we've been calling AI products all this time. Maybe they were never quite products to begin with, at least not in that traditional self-sufficient sense we expect. Definitely something to mull over as you think about your next product decision and perhaps how deep your product's value truly goes.